Now at 6, a live look from Cheshire where a man and a dog are dead after a house fire early yesterday morning. A mother in mourning told us that man is her son. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is there right now. She's been out there since yesterday. Following this developing story, we're going to go to her for another update in less than a few minutes from now.
Good morning. Thanks for starting off your Wednesday here with us at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Bridget Bjorla. Great to have you here on what's going to be a steamy Wednesday across Connecticut. Let's get a check on the forecast with meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli. Good morning, Rachel.
And good morning. Hot and humid again today with some afternoon storms likely for some of us later on. Temperatures out the door are much warmer than this time yesterday, anywhere from 3 to about 10 degrees warmer depending on where you are. We're sitting in the 70s to the upper 60s. Upper 60s in Meriden now, mid 70s towards Bridgeport, 76 in New Haven, and we're up around 66 degrees in Willimantic out the door. Humidity has certainly been elevated over the course of the overnight hours, so that's cranked in here. We have dew points that are in the low 70s, upper 60s in some spots, so it just certainly feels muggy out the door, and that will carry us through this afternoon and into the overnight hours. Also, some areas of fog, not a lot of it, but enough to maybe inconvenience you a little bit as you're driving along Route 2 towards Willimantic. We do have a quarter-mile visibility as well as down into Chester, and then also towards Waterbury down to about 1.5 miles, which is manageable. That increasing chance for some scattered showers and storms arrives after about noontime or so. The coverage should be limited, but can't rule out 1 or 2 of those becoming on the strong to severe side, with temperatures all the way up to the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees for areas inland, the upper 80s along the shoreline. Where we go from here, your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. 6:02 right now on the roadways. Most of it is all quiet this morning, which is certainly some good news. We did have some earlier road work over in Meriden that has cleared for the morning commute. A live look outside over on 84, both directions over in the Hartford area. Look pretty good as you're traveling into downtown. We do have a little bit of road work over in Enfield this morning. However, southbound 91 from Windsor to the 84 interchange is a nice 4-minute drive. As you saw on the cameras, New Britain after the Hartford Tunnel is a 5-minute drive. Bridget.
Rachel, thanks. A grim discovery made hours after a house fire in Cheshire. It's a story we first brought you as breaking news yesterday morning. And Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is live in Cheshire once again with the new information. And Priscilla, we now know that house fire had a deadly outcome.
It's been more than 24 hours since this fire destroyed a home here on Brookside Place. Now, I was here yesterday morning when first responders were still on scene. This morning, this neighborhood is a lot more quiet. There's still yellow tape surrounding the home, but as the sun comes up, you can start to see just how much damage was done and what is left of the house here on this neighborhood. Now, initially, crews told us 1 man was unaccounted for. Now, we know 1 man and 1 dog were not able to make it out alive. Now, this fire broke out just after 3 a.m. Investigators say the fire caused such severe structural damage that part of the home collapsed. Lori Stock, a woman I spoke with yesterday, said her ex-husband woke up to the flames. She did not live there, but said her ex-husband tried to get him and their son, 32-year-old Zachary, out. Now, the firefighters have not said if her son was in fact the victim who died, but Stock said she feared the worst.
I guess he saw my son in the bathroom and said, "We have to get out." And then there was an explosion and he lost track of him somehow. I'm gonna miss him so much. He was such a sweet, kind-hearted kid. He would do anything for anybody. He loved animals. He helped his dad at the vet clinic.
Police are waiting on the office of the chief medical examiner to positively identify the man's body found last night. The other man who Stock said is her ex-husband escaped the home, ran to a neighbor for help, and was taken to the hospital. His condition this morning is still unknown. Right now, there's no word on what caused the fire, but officials say this investigation is far from over. We will be sure to share any updates with you throughout the day. Live in Cheshire, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
Priscilla, thank you. All right, 6:04 right now. The Office of the Inspector General is investigating the death of a woman who state troopers shot. The office released body cam video yesterday. It's from 2 of the officers involved, the 2 who shot her, and it gives a clearer picture as to what happened there.
Troopers were called to a home on Gifford Lane in Basra Saturday evening. They got a report of a fight between two people with a woman holding a gun. So in this body cam video from Trooper Brett Cook, you can see him approaching the home cautiously and eventually spotting a woman dressed in black.
I got eyes on a female. She's in the backyard.
25 seconds later, he confirmed that woman, 39-year-old Amanda Williams, was holding a gun.
She's got a firearm in her hand.
Trooper Cook and others ordered her to drop the gun. In the next 30 seconds, troopers moved closer while trying to maintain cover. And as we switch to the body cam of Trooper Noah Blanchette, you can hear Williams give an indication she wasn't going to comply.
They're going to have to, because you know what? I'm not going to jail, and they're not going to do that, no.
Blanchette had his rifle ready, but tried to de-escalate, albeit to no effect.
Can you please drop the gun?
No, I will not.
Next, you'll hear Sergeant Zachary Cash fire pepper balls at Williams as Williams seems to egg the officers on before Cook and Blanchette open fire.
I already told you, I'm going to die. Do it.
Williams died there. Trooper Cook pulled a gun from her hands. The coroner says she died of a gunshot wound to the neck with a spinal cord injury. The office has not yet determined if the shooting is justified.
The city of Meriden needs your help this morning. Police say someone vandalized one of the cemeteries. Now dozens of headstones are damaged. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot has a closer look at that damage and the message from the city.
Early Monday morning, Meriden police say around 100 headstones and gravestones were damaged. Some of these go back to the 1800s.
We're looking for the public's help in identifying any suspects if they saw something or they have any home video.
Meriden police say around 100 gravestones, headstones, and monuments were vandalized at the St. Patrick's Cemetery, and that this crime won't be tolerated.
It is a Class C felony to desecrate the gravestone markers, and for that you can face up to 10 years in jail and up to a $10,000 fine or both. So we're going to do everything we can to try to leverage that to figure out who did this and hold them accountable and send them to court.
Officers say there were no tire marks in the grass, but due to the number and size of monuments that were damaged, they believe there are multiple people who are behind this. Mayor Kevin Scarpetti urges people who live nearby and have doorbell or surveillance cameras to check them now for anything that might help investigators.
We're hoping someone that might be able to go back and check your Ring camera or anything, any of your devices to see if you might have caught something. You may think it's nothing, but it might lead to a suspect and hopefully an arrest in this case.
Mayor Scarpetti stressed how important it is that the individuals involved with this crime are caught.
We want to make sure we're, of course, honoring those deceased and the families that come here to pay their respects, but also to show those suspects we are not going to tolerate this in any cemetery or any area of our cities.
The mayor says it could take a couple months for all of these headstones and gravestones to be fixed. In Meriden, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
6:08 right now, and a motorcyclist is dead after a crash in Waterbury. Police tell us this happened at the intersection of East Main and Baldwin Streets just after 5 p.m. Police say a car crashed with a motorcycle. The man on the motorcycle was taken to the hospital where he later died. The driver of the car was not hurt and stayed at the intersection. Some roads in that area are closed while police figure out what led up to the crash.
And new this morning, a man was charged in an incident outside a mosque in Stamford. This happened on Saturday. Police say 36-year-old Michael Slocum was arrested for breach of peace. Officers say he's accused of shouting derogatory statements at people in front of the mosque on Washington Boulevard. Slocum was released on a promise to appear in court this month. Now, this is video of the incident that was sent to us. You see him allegedly in this minivan shouting at the crowd outside. CARE Connecticut has called for a hate crime investigation. They say families were targeted while leaving evening prayer service.
A former nurse from New York is headed to prison for stealing and tampering with powerful painkillers. This happened at a Stanford surgical center. Prosecutors say 35-year-old Kristen Carotenuto took vials of hydromorphine and fentanyl and used the drugs herself. She then refilled those vials with saline or water and then returned them. She put them back where she took them from. No patients were given the tampered medicine. Carotenuto pleaded guilty to tampering with a consumer product. She was sentenced to 5 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release.
And we are expected to get an update later on this morning on the Route 113 repair project happening in Stratford. A sinkhole closed the road back in June. The Department of Transportation says the drain pipe underneath the road leaked and caused that sinkhole to form. A contractor was hired to repair the damage, and we're expected to get a closer look at those efforts later on today.
Connecticut student loan reimbursement program reopens this Friday. This year, the program covers more people after lawmakers expanded eligibility. It offers up to $5,000 a year. It's capped at $20,000 over 4 years for qualified applicants who meet certain service, income, and education requirements. The new rules also help Farmerstone Academy students impacted by the school's closure. Applications are open on the CT Scholars portal, and all required documents must be uploaded to be considered.